Every driver believes their car is safe until it swerves like a drunk moose. The Moose Test, designed to simulate a sudden obstacle, has exposed shocking flaws in vehicle dynamics. Not just obscure models, but some bestsellers from safety-focused brands have failed dramatically. One car barely stayed in its lane. Another was so unstable, the test was halted. What does it take to pass? How does a luxury sedan slide through cones like a hockey puck? And which automaker tried to mask failure with clever marketing? Today, we're counting down 17 cars that failed the dreaded Moose Test, and these are not the ones you'd expect. The Tesla Model Y was supposed to be the future until it met a set of cones. In the Moose Test, it showed serious handling flaws. Despite its electric torque and advanced software, the Model Y struggled with sudden direction changes. During testing, it failed to complete the maneuver cleanly at speeds where other mid-size SUVs passed with ease. Testers noted delayed steering response and a lack of front-end grip. The car plowed wide and knocked over cones, showing poor weight transfer and sluggish chassis dynamics. The center of gravity, despite the battery floor, wasn't low enough to save it. Electronic stability control kicked in, but too late to prevent disruption. For a brand known for innovation, this performance raised questions about how much focus was put into emergency stability. It's a reminder that high-tech doesn't always mean high control. In a real-world swerve, milliseconds matter. And here, Tesla's celebrated family hauler just didn't react quickly enough. That's not futuristic, it's concerning. But if that surprise wasn't enough, the next one comes from a brand that built its reputation on solid, grounded engineering. Volkswagen has long been the gold standard for composure, so the Passat's failure hit harder than expected. Specifically, the estate version of the Passat couldn't handle quick maneuvers in the Moose Test. At moderate speeds, it understeered significantly and then snapped into oversteer, causing it to slide out of control. The rear stepped out sharply, and the electronic stability control failed to correct it in time. Several cones were knocked over during multiple attempts. The issue? A soft rear suspension and vague steering feedback made the car feel unpredictable. That's not what you expect from a German family wagon. VW markets the Passat as a balance of safety and comfort, but here it proved too floaty and unresponsive when it mattered most. Drivers rely on a car like this for family duties and highway safety. The Moose Test results suggest that in an emergency, the Passat might not react with the confidence drivers assume it has. And just when you think it couldn't get more ironic, the next car brings us face to face with a brand that literally builds its image around safety. Volvo's XC40 Recharge failing the Moose Test feels like a plot twist no one saw coming. This is the electric version of the popular compact SUV, and it carries Volvo's signature promise of safety-first engineering. But in the Moose Test, it struggled to stay in control. At speeds that most vehicles in its class passed without issue, the XC40's rear end lost grip and swung wide. The car failed to complete the maneuver cleanly, despite having electronic stability aids. The issue seems to be the added weight of the battery pack, which shifted the center of gravity and slowed down directional changes. Steering input felt laggy, and the car's balance was upset during sudden lane changes. For a vehicle that's supposed to protect families, this test result raised eyebrows. Volvo might be safe in a crash, but this showed it may not be as safe at avoiding one. From a brand with such a strong reputation, this was a jarring performance. But it's not the only premium nameplate that slipped when the cones came calling. Mercedes-Benz is no stranger to precision, but the CLA shooting brake had other plans. In the Moose Test, this stylish estate car failed to keep its composure. Steering response was delayed, and the front tires lacked bite. As the driver attempted a quick swerve and recovery, the rear end lost traction and swung out, hitting multiple cones. Despite Mercedes' advanced safety tech and suspension tuning, the CLA behaved like a car with less pedigree. Testers pointed to soft dampers and inconsistent electronic stability tuning as possible culprits. The car seemed unable to distribute its weight effectively through the turn. It didn't just feel floaty, it felt confused. And that confusion makes a big difference when milliseconds separate safety from disaster. The shooting brake may look sharp and elegant on the outside, but inside the test course, it was all over the place. You expect more from a badge that usually means control and refinement. But when we move from luxury to utility, the next car's failure becomes even more concerning, for the simple reason that it's one of the most popular family SUVs on the road. Toyota's RAV4 is everywhere, but in the Moose Test, it couldn't stay in its lane. As one of the best-selling SUVs in the world, the RAV4 is trusted by families, commuters, and weekend adventurers alike. But during evasive maneuver testing, it failed to meet the expectations that come with that level of popularity. At just over 68 kilometers per hour, the RAV4 lost control during a sudden swerve. The rear became unsettled, and the electronic stability control did not engage quickly enough to prevent multiple cones from being hit. The issue appears to stem from a combination of soft suspension and underdamped body roll. It leans heavily during rapid steering inputs, which reduces front-end grip and leads to overcorrection. Despite having a reputation for reliability and comfort, the RAV4 showed its limits when put under pressure. For a family car, that's more than disappointing. It's a red flag, especially since many buyers never imagine needing to make a split-second swerve. This test shows that the RAV4, for all its strengths, may not react fast enough in the kind of emergency situation the Moose test is designed to replicate. And it's not the only trusted name to crack under pressure. Honda's CR-V didn't fare much better when the cones came out. Despite its refined ride and family-friendly image, the CR-V stumbled badly in the Moose test. When swerving at just over 67 kilometers per hour, the vehicle showed signs of significant body roll and a slow steering response. Even with the electronic stability program engaged, the SUV couldn't maintain its line or recover smoothly. The rear became unstable, and it clipped cones on multiple attempts. Testers pointed out that the CR-V's suspension setup, designed for comfort, lacked the tension and rebound control needed for emergency maneuvers. As a result, it felt disconnected when pushed. In daily driving, this may never be noticed. But in a real-world panic situation, that hesitation could mean the difference between avoiding an accident or being part of one. For a car that sits high on the list of recommended family vehicles, this outcome casts a long shadow. And while Honda's reputation for reliability remains intact, its response to sudden danger clearly has room for improvement. If you thought compact SUVs were the only ones misbehaving, the next vehicle proves even smaller crossovers can lose control when it matters most. Renault's Captur might look agile on paper, but during the Moose test, it lost its footing fast. A light and modern compact crossover, the Captur is designed for urban flexibility. But when testers demanded a quick dodge and recovery at highway speeds, the Captur's rear end stepped out unexpectedly. The steering system lacked immediacy, and electronic aids took too long to respond. As the vehicle tried to return to its lane, the delay caused the car to sweep wide and take out multiple cones. Though not catastrophic, it was enough to count as a fail, and a reminder that lightweight doesn't always mean nimble. The suspension appeared underprepared for quick lateral loads, and the rear axle behaved inconsistently throughout the test. For younger drivers or small families choosing the Captur for its size and convenience, this result may be a letdown. It's a car that feels composed during slow city driving but gets caught off guard when urgency strikes. And while this result might be brushed off as a small slip, the next vehicle's Moose test performance borders on dangerous, and that's not something budget-conscious buyers can afford to ignore. The Dacia Logan MCV's performance was not just poor, it was outright alarming. This budget family wagon failed the Moose test at speeds under 60 kilometers per hour, a mark that even older hatchbacks can usually handle. As the driver steered to simulate an emergency swerve, the Logan's body leaned hard, and control was lost almost instantly. The rear axle snapped out, and the car plowed through cones without even a hint of recovery. Its electronic stability system, if engaged at all, was ineffective. What went wrong? A combination of soft suspension, low-quality tires, and a delayed steering system contributed to the failure. The car responded slowly, almost as if unsure of what to do, and the results were ugly. For a car marketed as a practical, no-frills family option, this failure hits hard. Safety should never be a budget feature, and here it feels like it was. The Moose test made it clear that while the Logan MCV might handle daily commutes well enough, it's not built for the unexpected. And unfortunately, neither was the next car, though it had a much flashier exterior. Citroën's C4 Cactus may be quirky and cool to look at, but when tested under pressure, it came undone. The Cactus entered the Moose test with its soft suspension and lightweight build, which should have made it agile. But when pushed to perform a sudden swerve and recovery, the car's rear stepped out dramatically. It swung wide, sending the vehicle into multiple cones despite electronic aids trying to correct it. Testers noticed significant lateral body movement and a sense of instability that increased with each attempt. The low-speed handling charm that the Cactus is known for didn't translate when tested at emergency maneuvering speeds. Its unique, comfort-first suspension setup worked against it here, as it lacked the responsiveness to recover quickly. In regular city driving, it might feel playful, but in real evasive situations, situations, it failed to keep control. A car that leans into its quirky identity should at least hold its own in basic safety drills. Unfortunately, the Cactus leaned too far, literally. But while this was unsettling, the next entry takes that feeling to another level with a vehicle built to carry serious weight. Isuzu's D-Max pickup came into the test with high ground clearance and strong suspension, but that strength worked against it. During the Moose test, the D-Max revealed itself as one of the most unstable performers in its class. As the vehicle swerved, its stiff rear leaf springs caused the back end to jump and bounce out of line. Even at moderate speed, the pickup oversteered and clipped cones. The steering was heavy and delayed, leaving little room for recovery. While pickups aren't usually designed for sharp lateral movement, this test highlighted a dangerous lack of control when reacting to sudden obstacles. The D-Max's body roll was excessive, and the tires lost grip far too quickly. For a utility vehicle often used in both rural and urban environments, the inability to react safely is a serious concern. This wasn't just a case of imperfect handling, it was a fundamental failure to adapt under pressure. And unlike some competitors, the D-Max didn't offer enough stability tech to compensate. From soft crossovers to hard-edged trucks, the Moose test keeps revealing flaws. And the next one? It's a lesser-known SUV that fared even worse. The Ford Mustang Mach-E, despite its electric prowess, faltered in the Moose test. This fully electric SUV, known for its performance and innovation, struggled during sudden evasive maneuvers. At speeds where competitors maintained stability, the Mach-E's rear end became unsettled, leading to a loss of control and contact with cones. Testers observed that the vehicle's weight distribution and suspension tuning contributed to its inability to handle rapid directional changes effectively. The electronic stability control system intervened, but not swiftly enough to prevent the mishap. This outcome highlights the challenges electric vehicles face in balancing performance with emergency handling capabilities. As the automotive industry moves towards electrification, ensuring that vehicles can safely navigate unexpected obstacles remains paramount. The Mach-E's performance in this test serves as a reminder that technological advancements must be paired with rigorous safety validations. Moving forward, manufacturers must prioritize refining vehicle dynamics to meet the demands of real-world driving scenarios. The Mercedes-Benz EQS, a flagship electric sedan, encountered difficulties in the Moose test. Despite its luxury status and advanced features, the EQS struggled with sudden evasive maneuvers. During testing, the vehicle exhibited significant understeer, causing it to veer wide and knock over cones. Analysts attributed this behavior to the car's substantial weight, primarily due to its large battery pack and its suspension setup, which favored comfort over agility. The electronic stability control system activated, but couldn't compensate adequately for the delayed steering response and weight transfer issues. This performance underscores the challenges faced by heavy electric vehicles in emergency handling situations. While the EQS excels in providing a smooth and luxurious ride, its reaction to sudden obstacles raises concerns about its dynamic safety. As electric vehicles become more prevalent, ensuring they can handle real-world driving emergencies is crucial. Manufacturers must balance comfort, performance, and safety to meet the evolving expectations of drivers. The BMW i4, representing the brand's electric ambitions, faced challenges in the Moose test. Known for its driving dynamics, the i4's performance during sudden evasive maneuvers was underwhelming. At moderate speeds, the vehicle displayed a tendency to understeer initially, followed by oversteer, leading to instability and contact with cones. Experts pointed to the car's weight distribution, influenced by its battery placement, and a suspension setup that didn't adequately support rapid directional changes. The electronic stability control system intervened, but was unable to rectify the vehicle's trajectory promptly. This outcome suggests that even brands renowned for handling prowess must adapt their engineering approaches for electric models. The i4's performance in the Moose test emphasizes the importance of tuning electric vehicles, not just for straight-line speed, but also for emergency maneuverability. As the industry progresses, integrating dynamic safety into the core design of electric vehicles will be essential to uphold brand reputations and ensure driver confidence. The Hyundai Ioniq 6, with its sleek design, encountered issues in the Moose test. This electric sedan, praised for its aerodynamic efficiency, struggled during sudden lane changes. At test speeds, the Ioniq 6 exhibited significant understeer, causing it to miss the intended path and collide with cones. Analysts noted that the vehicle's low rolling resistance tires, optimized for efficiency, compromised lateral grip. Additionally, the suspension tuning, favoring comfort, lacked the firmness required for quick directional shifts. The electronic stability control system activated but couldn't fully mitigate the vehicle's trajectory. This performance highlights the trade-offs between efficiency and emergency handling capabilities in electric vehicles. While the Ioniq 6 offers impressive range and comfort, its response to unexpected obstacles raises questions about its dynamic safety. As consumers seek vehicles that combine efficiency with comprehensive safety, manufacturers must ensure that design choices don't compromise critical handling characteristics. The BYD Han EV, a prominent Chinese electric sedan, faced hurdles in the Moose test. Despite its advanced technology and performance claims, the Han EV struggled with rapid evasive maneuvers. During testing, the vehicle demonstrated pronounced understeer, failing to navigate the course without displacing cones. Experts attributed this to the car's substantial weight and a suspension setup that didn't adequately support sudden directional changes. The electronic stability control system's intervention was insufficient to correct the vehicle's path promptly. This outcome underscores the importance of comprehensive vehicle dynamics tuning, especially for electric vehicles with significant mass. The Han EV's performance in the Moose test suggests that while advancements in electric propulsion are commendable, they must be complemented by rigorous safety and handling validations. As electric vehicles gain global traction, ensuring they can handle real-world driving emergencies is paramount for consumer trust and safety. The Lexus LS 500h, a symbol of luxury and hybrid innovation, encountered significant challenges in the Moose test. Despite its advanced technology and comfort-oriented design, the LS 500he struggled during sudden evasive maneuvers. At speeds below the benchmark 48 miles per hour, the vehicle exhibited pronounced understeer, failing to navigate the course without displacing cones. Analysts attributed this performance to the car's substantial weight, primarily due to its hybrid system and a suspension setup that prioritized comfort over agility. The electronic stability control system's intervention was insufficient to correct the vehicle's trajectory promptly. This outcome underscores the challenges faced by luxury hybrids in balancing comfort with emergency handling capabilities. While the LS 500ah offers a serene driving experience, its response to unexpected obstacles raises concerns about its dynamic safety. As manufacturers continue to innovate, ensuring that vehicles can handle real-world driving emergencies remains paramount for consumer trust and safety. The Toyota Camry Hybrid, renowned for its reliability and efficiency, faced unexpected difficulties in the Moose test. Despite its reputation, the Camry Hybrid struggled with rapid evasive maneuvers. During testing, the vehicle demonstrated significant understeer, failing to navigate the course without displacing cones. Experts pointed to the car's low rolling resistance tires, optimized for fuel efficiency, and a suspension setup that favored comfort over agility. The electronic stability control system's intervention was delayed, unable to rectify the vehicle's path promptly. This performance highlights the trade-offs between efficiency and emergency handling capabilities in hybrid vehicles. While the Camry Hybrid excels in providing a comfortable and economical ride, its response to unexpected obstacles raises questions about its dynamic safety. As consumers seek vehicles that combine efficiency with comprehensive safety, manufacturers must ensure that design choices don't compromise critical handling characteristics. With that, we have reached the end of today's video. If you have come this far with us, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.